I can't believe this, Cardi B's heart-shattering reaction to Stef Diggs' decision. Cardi B had felt the tension building for days, but nothing prepared her for the moment her entire world shifted. It all started early that morning. Rain poured on the windows of the Atlanta home she shared with Stefon Diggs whenever he wasn't on the road. The house felt unusually quiet, almost heavy. Cardi had woken up with a strange feeling in her chest, like the universe was whispering that something was coming. But she didn't know what. Stefon had been distant lately. He wasn't rude, he wasn't cold, he was just somewhere else. Lost in thought. Lost in decisions he hadn't shared with her yet. And Cardi, being Cardi, could sense when something in the air wasn't right. She found him standing in the kitchen, staring at a cup of coffee he clearly wasn't drinking. His phone buzzed twice, back-to-back calls from his agent, but he ignored them. "Babe," Cardi said softly, rubbing her eyes, "why you look like that? You didn't sleep?" Stef swallowed hard. "Cardi, we need to talk." Her heart dropped instantly. Those 4 words never brought anything good. "About what?" she asked, trying to sound normal, though her palms were already sweating. Stef took a breath, sat at the table, and motioned for her to sit. The seriousness in his face made her legs weak. "Cardi. I've made a decision," he said slowly. "And it's something I didn't want to face, but it's happening." She blinked. "Stef, just tell me. You scaring me." He closed his eyes for a moment, then looked straight into hers. "I'm leaving the country for the next year." The room fell silent. Cardi felt her breath disappear. Her eyes widened with instant disbelief. What you mean you leaving the country?" she whispered. "For what? For who? What's going on?" Stef exhaled deeply. "My team wants me involved in a long-term rehabilitation and performance program overseas. My injuries have been stacking up. They think this is the only way to extend my career. It's strict. Isolated. I'll barely have my phone. No visitors for months." Cardi's lips parted in shock. "So you just decided this? Without me?" Her voice cracked on the last word. Stef shook his head. "Baby, I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't even know if I was going to accept it. But last night, I signed." Cardi froze. "You signed? Stef, you already signed and you telling me now?" Her voice trembled, rising with pain. Stef looked away, guilt heavy in his eyes. "I didn't want you to try to talk me out of it. I know you would've, and I know I would've listened. But my career, my future, this might be the only chance." Cardi's chest tightened until it physically hurt. She stood up from the table, pacing, her hands shaking uncontrollably. "I can't believe this. I can't believe you did this without me," she said, voice breaking. "After everything? After all we planning? After all we've been through? Stef, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here and wait?" He stood up too, reaching for her, but she jerked away. "Cardi, listen." "No," she shouted, tears falling before she could stop them. "You think you're the only one with pressure? With dreams? With things to lose? You think I don't need you? You think I don't depend on you emotionally? You think it's easy for me to sit here while you go disappear for a year?" Stef's eyes glistened. "I didn't want to break us." "Well, you did," she whispered, voice shredded. She sank onto the couch, hands covering her face as sobs shook her. This wasn't just a decision, this was a separation she wasn't prepared for. It felt like the universe had snatched the floor from under her feet. Stefon knelt in front of her. "I'm doing this for us, Cardi. I'm doing this so I can build a future, a legacy, something stable. I want to be the man you deserve." She stared at him through blurred vision. "If you wanted to be the man I deserve, you would have trusted me enough to tell me before signing." Those words hit him harder than anything. The truth was brutal, and he knew it. Cardi wiped her tears angrily. This whole time, I thought you were pulling away because something was wrong with us. I blamed myself. I was crying at night thinking maybe you stopped loving me. But the whole time, it was this. Stef's voice dropped to a whisper. I love you more than anything. That's why this hurts me too. Cardi stood slowly, her heart breaking in real time. When do you leave? Sunday. Her mouth fell open. That's in 3 days. He nodded, ashamed. Cardi pressed her hands to her forehead. I can't believe this. I really can't. The weight in the room became unbearable. She walked toward the window, hugging herself as tears streamed down. The rain outside mirrored the storm inside her chest. She felt betrayed, abandoned, blindsided by the man she trusted most. Stef walked toward her slowly, placing a hand gently on her shoulder. Cardi, please don't push me away now. I need you. She closed her eyes, voice barely there. You should have needed me before deciding without me. Silence. Pain. Distance. The kind that doesn't heal in a day. Stef wrapped his arms around her from behind, resting his forehead against her shoulder. I'm sorry, he whispered, breaking down. I'm so sorry, Cardi. But her tears kept falling. Because apologies couldn't change a decision already made. Couldn't fix the wound already carved into her heart. And as the rain continued to fall, Cardi whispered 4 words that shattered Stef far more than he expected. I don't trust this. Those words echoed through the room. Through their hearts. Through the future they had planned. Because this wasn't just a decision. This was a test. A test of love. A test of loyalty. A test that neither of them saw coming. And deep down, Cardi feared the truth. This decision might change everything forever. Here is your very long, dramatic, viral-style fictional story for I Can't Believe This, Cardi B's heart-shattering reaction to Stef Diggs' decision. Broken heart. I can't believe this, Cardi B's heart-shattering reaction to Stef Diggs' decision, very long story. Cardi B had been pacing back and forth in her Atlanta home all morning, gripping her phone so tightly her fingers hurt. The air felt heavy, thick, like the world was preparing her for something she didn't want to hear. Stef Diggs hadn't called in nearly 12 hours, and for the first time since their relationship heated up, silence felt like a knife. Something was wrong. She felt it. The night before, Stef had sounded distant, quiet, almost broken. When Cardi asked what was wrong, he simply said, I just need some time to think. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And tomorrow had come. And so had the storm. The decision that shattered everything. Cardi's phone finally vibrated at 11:47 a.m. Stef Diggs calling. Her breath caught. She picked up instantly. Stef. Baby, what's going on? You're scaring me. But his voice, it wasn't soft. It wasn't loving. It was the voice of a man carrying the weight of something he never wanted to say aloud. Cardi. I made a decision. A chill ran through her entire body. What decision? Stef, talk to me. What decision? There was a long pause, too long, before he spoke again. I'm stepping away, from us. It was like the world stopped. What? You're what? Cardi whispered, her throat tightening as tears built instantly. Stef swallowed hard. I can't keep putting you through all this drama, all this pressure, all these headlines. Your life is already loud. I don't want to add more noise. Cardi shook her head violently, even though he couldn't see it. No. Stef, don't do this. Don't talk like this. Where is this coming from? From protecting you, he said softly. From protecting your kids. From protecting my career. From everything around us trying to tear us apart. I don't want to watch you suffer because of me. Cardi's voice broke into raw sobs. Stef, are you breaking up with me? Another silence. A devastating one. I think it's what's best. That sentence ended her. Cardi B collapses in tears. The phone slipped out of her hand as she fell onto the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. The type of sobs where your chest hurts, where the pain comes from the soul. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't. She repeated it over and over, curled into herself, crying into the hardwood floor. She had fought so many battles in her life, public scrutiny, scandals, heartbreaks, but this was the first time she felt completely powerless. She didn't care about the blogs. She didn't care about the noise. She only cared about him. And now he was gone. Stefan Diggs breaks down too. Across the city, Stef Diggs sat in his car in an empty parking lot, tears rolling down his face. He had never seen himself as weak, but letting go of Cardi felt like losing a piece of his heart. He punched the steering wheel in frustration. I'm doing the right thing, right? Right? But nothing felt right. His chest hurt. His head spun. He had ended something he didn't want to end, but felt he had to. Cardi's family rushes to her side. Hennessy, Cardi's sister, arrived within minutes after a frantic voice message. Sis, Stef left me. He left me. I can't breathe. Hennessy held her tightly, wiping her tears as Cardi trembled in her arms. Why would he do this to me? Why now? After everything we've been planning? After everything he promised? Maybe he's scared. Hennessy whispered. But you're strong. You'll get through this. I don't want to be strong, Cardi choked out. I want him. The internet explodes with speculation. Screenshots. Rumors. Anonymous sources. Everything hit the blogs within hours. Cardi and Stef break up. Stefan Diggs backs away from relationship. Cardi B spotted crying uncontrollably after phone call. Fans were heartbroken. Some were furious. Some blamed Stef. Some blamed the pressure of fame. But no one knew the real truth. No one knew how shattered they both were. Stef sends one final message. Late that night, when Cardi's tears had finally slowed, her phone buzzed with an unexpected text. It was him. Stef. I'll always love you. This wasn't about losing feelings. This was about not wanting to hurt you anymore. Maybe one day, when things calm down, we'll find each other again. Cardi stared at the message for a long time. Then slowly typed back. I can't believe you chose fear over us. But I'll always love you too. Cardi B makes a heartbreaking confession on Live. 2 days later, she went on Instagram Live, eyes swollen, voice cracking. I'm not okay. I won't lie to y'all. I'm heartbroken. I didn't expect this. I didn't see this coming. I gave my whole heart, and it still wasn't enough. Millions watched. Millions commented. And millions felt her pain. Stef Diggs watches the live. And breaks down. He sat alone in his home, replaying her words until he couldn't breathe. Every tear she cried felt like it fell straight into his chest. He whispered to himself. God, what have I done?
도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 난 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주행 비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼